I'm going to try not to rant. I'm going to try not to lose it. After yesterday's video, I got quite a few comments, which is great. And I encourage anybody to comment, whether you agree with me or not. If you don't, that's even better, because I like other viewpoints, and sometimes you might be able to convince me of something that, I hadn't really thought of. So yesterday I get this comment, and this person, now let me start by saying I was going to put the comments up here so you guys could see, but mysteriously last night they disappeared. So you will just have to take my word for it, I guess. But yesterday's video, I was really upset about the fact that there are people out there that are trying to intimidate and dissuade people from coming forward to talk to the law enforcement personnel about what happened that night. And this person commented, and they said something to the effect of, if my son, they said, if your son had been at that party, would you really want him to come forward? And she pointed out that Kiely was a minor. She was only 16 years old. So law enforcement would want to know who was providing the alcohol, who was providing the drugs, and if somebody had had sex with Kiely, they would want to know who it was, because in California, the age of consent is 18. They said that these kids should keep their mouths shut, that they should not talk to law enforcement without an attorney present, and that I had to know that what law enforcement was saying was not true, and they would in fact be pressing charges against these people for the drinking and the drugs, and that Kiely's family will ultimately sue those involved civilly, and that if my son had been there and I had him go and speak to law enforcement, that his life would be ruined and I would be destroyed financially by Kiely's family suing me. And to that I say, you're damn right. I absolutely would make them go forward. And I don't think I would have to make them go forward. I think they would just go forward, because my kids and these kids and young adults that were at this party should know that your actions ultimately have consequences. If you do something, I don't care how terrible it is, and I've told my kids this since they were very small, that I don't care what you do, I will stand by you and we will get through it, but they will absolutely own up to it. No question. If they were somehow involved, then yeah, I'll hire an attorney or whatever, but you're damn straight they're going to go talk to them. Abso-freaking-lutely. And I told the commenter that these people absolutely have a right to an attorney. That's everybody's right. And that if that's what it takes to feel comfortable to come forward and talk to the authorities, then by all means, get these kids, get these young adults, whatever, get them legal representation and go and talk to the authorities. I don't care what it takes. If it takes hiring a lawyer to get these kids to talk, then hire a damn lawyer, but just go talk. And I was really upset because I thought, shit, this is what's happening. when they talked at the press conference about people intimidating people from coming forward, this is the mentality that we're dealing with. They literally said these kids need to keep their mouth shut. No, they don't. I also responded with, if this was your person, are you telling me you wouldn't want somebody to come forward? And if this was your child that was involved, your advice to them would be to keep their mouth shut? No. And like I said, they removed their comments. I had responded as well as a few other people, but I mean, if you're going to be all big and bad behind your keyboard and come at me like that, you could at least keep it up there. These kids need to keep their mouths shut. What's more important than a missing 16-year-old girl? If your kid's life is over because of something that they did, that's on them. And you and them can deal with the fallout, but they need to come forward. They don't need to keep their mouth shut. They need to come forward, and they need to give the answers that law enforcement needs to find this girl and get her back to her family. So there's my answer to you, not typed out here in stereo for you. Yes, I would want my kid to come forward with or without an attorney. If your kid was there and you think their life is going to be over, go hire an attorney, but take your kid's ass down to the police department and tell them what you know. Okay. Sorry, guys, but that really made me mad to think that that's the mentality that we're dealing with, that these adults think that protecting their kids' futures is more important than finding a 16-year-old girl. I'm sorry, but it upsets me.